huge swirls of dust almost covering the entire planet. This is Curiosity's view of the storm. The image on the left was taken just 3 sols ago. Curiosity wants to celebrate a successful drill in its usual way, by taking a selfie. So it does, even if it is a little bit dusty out there. Luckily for Curiosity, it has a nuclear power source and doesn't rely on solar panels, unlike some of NASA's previous rovers. One such rover, Opportunity, is currently exploring the other side of the planet and has been doing so for the past 14 years. Unfortunately, this is the last picture NASA received from the Opportunity rover. After 14.5 years of continuous, faithful service, Opportunity stopped responding and went into hibernation. The dust covered its solar panels and the rover was unable to generate enough power to keep itself warm at night. Most of its components are thought to have been frozen and irreversibly damaged. It's unlikely the rover will ever come back online. As the storm begins to subside, the now lonely Curiosity rover takes another snap of the Duluth drill site. These 2 images show the site before and after the storm. Curiosity takes a quick picture of its drill to check for any damage from the new drilling method. All seems to be holding up well so far. Curiosity has an issue with its memory, stares at clouds in the sky, and witnesses a Martian eclipse. Curiosity is still in the lower Vera Rubin Ridge area, at an important place called Pettigrove Point. The rover has been drilling at this spot for a long time, but has failed to reach the desired depth. Sadly, the rock is too hard to penetrate. Incidents like this cost a lot of time and energy. Going forward, the engineers at NASA decide to drill only at spots that meet 2 criteria. 1, did the surface scratch the bristles of the dust remover tool? And 2, are the calcium sulfate veins properly exposed after brushing? If it's a yes to both these questions, it's a strong signal for the rover to attempt a drill sample. The next day, on Sol 2122, the rover attempts again, this time at a place called Ailsa Craig. As a test, the dust removal tool tries to brush off the top sediments. Again, the drilling is a disaster. Despite the veins being somewhat exposed, the drill hole isn't deep enough for a full sample. This is now 2 unsuccessful drill attempts back to back. On Sol 2136, the team orders the rover to try drilling one last time at Pettigrove Point, at a site called Stour. Stour checks both the boxes. The brush bristles are slightly battered and the veins of the rock are adequately exposed. Finally, the rover succeeds in drilling a 46mm deep hole. This hole has produced enough rock powder to be fed as a sample to the rover's onboard laboratory. Before packing up, Curiosity takes several observations with its ChemCam and MassCam and sends the data back to Earth for analysis. If the wind subsides, the rover will drop the samples onto its lab inlet. Pleased with its work around Vera Rubin Ridge, Curiosity takes a panorama. The sky is still hazy from the subsiding global dust storm, and a layer of dust can be seen on the rover itself. On Sol 2138, Curiosity captures an image that surprises the team. A small object is seen that looks completely different from the surrounding terrain. It's immediately labeled as foreign object debris and raises an alarm throughout the scientific community. While everyone speculates that this could be spacecraft debris or worse, a piece of Curiosity itself, the rover's ChemCam results, however, dismiss both. It is nothing but a thin flake of Martian rock. On Sol 2172, Curiosity suddenly stops sending a big chunk of its data to Earth. It can only send data when it is connected live to the Earth stations or the Mars orbiters. The team at NASA believes Curiosity has a problem with its memory. The rover normally stores data on board until it reconnects with Earth or Mars relay orbiters. Then it offloads all its precious stored data. The rover is currently failing to store anything. Due to the limited information coming from the rover, the team struggles to diagnose the issue. Luckily, Curiosity has two computers on board, Side A and Side B. However, if you remember, the team has already switched over to the B side due to corrupted memory on the A side, almost 2,000 sols ago. They make the drastic decision to return to the A side. It has much less memory than the B side had when it worked correctly, but it will help them to diagnose the issue faster and hopefully lead to an eventual return to the B side once a fix has been found. Curiosity resumes operations from its A-side computer, taking this panorama at a location known as Rock Hall. The rover also takes a selfie here after a successful drill sample. The area is still covered in dust after the global dust storm that incapacitated the Opportunity rover. Curiosity is now moving towards a clay-rich area that scientists have been hoping to see for the last 7 years. This visualization shows the proposed route for the rover. It will explore the aptly named clay-bearing unit before marching onwards and up Mount Sharp into the sulfate-bearing unit. The rover may eventually reach Gediz Vallis Channel, which has an uncanny resemblance to an ancient river. Curiosity